Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. Maybe I was wrong to be surprised. 5 GOP members of the House remain convinced you can win the presidency with 47% of the vote and 232 electoral votes, and yet you can lose the speaker's race with 85% of the vote. So much for elections having consequences or respecting the will of the voter. So much for math. A GOP House has the chance come January to show they can govern, to set the investigative agenda, to provide oversight of the Biden administration, to stop litigation initiated by Nancy Pelosi, but none of that will be done unless there's a speaker. 5 GOP members of the House will not support the winner of the primary, the nominee of the party. Who do they want? What exactly are they angling for? Already, they are the reason committees have not been populated or chairpersons selected. Time is of the essence if the new GOP House wants to show the country it can lead. But who wants results when there's so much attention to be sought? Joining us now is the man who got 85% of the vote, Congressman Kevin McCarthy. Congressman, you won the primary in overwhelming fashion, but it looks like there are still a few out there that don't want to honor the results of that election. Who do they want for speaker? And just so our viewers are clear, there were 2 people who ran in November. You got 85%. Andy Biggs got 15% of the vote. Do they want the guy with 15% of the vote, or do they want someone who didn't even bother to run last time?
They don't even say who they have. They don't have anybody. What's really harming is the American public, because here we were trusted with the majority to keep this Biden administration in check. Now, remember, we just went through 2 election cycles since I've been leader. Every election cycle, we have won seats. That hasn't happened in almost 2 decades. But the bad part there is all the other Republicans have lost, the governors, the Senate, the president. But we won. Now, this is delaying our ability for the very first day to repeal 87,000 IRS agents. You have Title 42 being lifted here next week, where more thousands upon people coming across our border, fentanyl and others. We want to have hearings down at that border. We want to secure our border. Or how do we make ourselves energy independent or pass a Parents' Bill of Rights? We can't do anything. We can't even swear in the other members until we elect the speaker.
All right, Kevin, you in 2010 helped retake the gavel from Nancy Pelosi, if my memory serves me. You've done it again now. So that's twice you have been part of recapturing the majority. I know you pretty well. I doubt you have spent any time doing this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Do you have any idea how many districts you visited, how much time you spent away from California trying to retake the majority? Have you ever added up what all it took to get that done?
We've added up a lot, but I'll just say, since last August to this election, I went to 41 states and campaigned with 170 members and candidates. But for the last 4 years, I've been a little of everywhere. But you have to be able to win the majority. And this is the important part. You've got to get the message out. You've got to unite people around it. And you've got to be able to win. And we won when every other Republican lost. So the uniqueness here, Trey, you know this. They don't hand gavels out in small, medium, and large sizes. They give you one gavel. And they also give you the power of the subpoena to hold this administration in check. But you know who signs off on those subpoenas? The Speaker. You know what can't happen or go forward? Nothing without getting this done. And all the other lawsuits that Nancy Pelosi started in the House, they will continue against Republicans while we're sitting in the majority.
Well, speaking of gavels, Kevin, it seems like these 5 are spending a lot more energy trying to keep you from getting the gavel than they ever did taking it out of the hands of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, they got a lot of energy they've invested against a fellow Republican, but I don't want you to comment on that. Here's what I want you to tell our viewers. All right, you're not going to hit the ground running on January the 3rd, not until you have a speaker. Tell them what's at stake.
Well, there's a lot at stake. First and foremost, getting this country back on track, stopping this Biden administration, but securing our border, becoming energy independent, passing a Parents' Bill of Rights, repealing those 87,000 IRS agents, but also holding government accountable. And Trey, you understand this better than anybody else. The investigations that you have gone through, they have now, just in this last month, delayed us almost a couple months from having that happen. We don't have staff yet. We don't have committees even populated. So if we continue to go around this horn like this, the FBI continues to do what they're doing for Twitter and others. We find out what is Garland doing? How are we going to hold those 51 Intel individuals who signed the letter saying it was Russia collusion and others, that the laptop wasn't real? Let's get to the bottom of the problems that have been happening. Let's do it united, and let's move beyond this. Well, you're right. We did have a primary. After the election, we all had a meeting, and a lot of them talk about wanting to empower the membership more. Well, why wouldn't they respect what the membership voted on? Why wouldn't they respect 85% of the vote? I can't remember the last time someone got that high of the vote.
Yeah, well, Kevin, I'm going to get fined by the FCC if I say what's on my mind. So what I'm going to say instead is I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. We'll be watching on January the 3rd to see whether or not winning a primary with 85% of the vote matters anymore. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic week before Christmas, and thank you for joining us on a Sunday night.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.